Is this working, DB?
Yep, you're right.
Okay. Obviously, we're disappointed because we led for most of the game, and I thought that came right back off of our game that we played on Saturday, where I thought that was the best we played. And I thought the first, 25 minutes or so of the game, our shots didn't necessarily fall, but I thought it was the best we had played. We had 9 guys that we played in the first half. All 9 of them had scored. I thought we had executed our defensive game plan really, really well. Obviously, to build the 13-point lead with 11 to go, I thought we had done some really, really good things. Late, I thought we got a little bit stagnant offensively. But at the end of the day, I look at the stat sheet, and it's exactly what I expected or hoped for, except for one thing, and that's the young man who has shot 11 total threes on the season coming into the game, going 6 for 7. So give him credit, and give them credit. I know that certainly they have a pattern of recruiting perimeter players that can shoot, and you knew that he could, just hadn't yet, and he got on quite a roll. And I thought he was really the difference in the game when you look at the when you look at the stat sheet. Other guys kind of did what I thought they might do. We did about what I thought we would do. We had about 2 or 3 sloppy turnovers, I thought, because we like to play with about 10. And when they only have 5, you'd say, well, 12's not very many, Coach. I mean, you're nitpicking, but 2 or 3 like that in a Big Ten basketball game where every possession matters. Can certainly be a big difference, but I thought our guys were aggressive. I thought they practiced well. They played well Saturday. They played well today for the majority of the game, and they probably feel like, if they were honest, that they one got snatched away from them. But that happens in Big Ten play. We got 17 more of them like this coming up, and I told them you got to jump up and get prepared the next 2 or 3 days here and be ready to go on Saturday. So again, give them credit for making plays and hanging in there, and then I thought they passed the ball really well late. I thought Lavert had some nice finds to Doyle there, and obviously with Dawkins making shots like he was the guy on that side a lot, which was smart on their part, and that puts you in a blender a little bit of how much you're going to help off of him. So again, I thought at the end of the day the difference in the game was Dawkins. Questions?
Was the scouting report coming in?
Oh, sure. Yeah, he was. And, we had talked to him about, a lot of their freshmen, because we'd seen those guys. Certainly in our business, you see those guys prior to them arriving in college. And we knew he could make shots. We talked about that. We just said he hadn't done it quite yet, maybe at the level. But that happens with a lot of freshmen, I think, even freshmen I've coached over the years. So we certainly knew he was capable. He was on the scouting report. He had shot 11 threes and 7 twos, so he had shot more threes than twos. We were aware of that. Now, did we anticipate him going 6 for 7? I don't think anybody in America would have probably anticipated that, but give the kid credit. He stepped up and he made them, at crucial times. He made big ones. So I give the kid a lot of credit.
The losses this season down the stretch, you guys have struggled a little bit. Are you seeing some similarities to the earlier games?
I'll have to watch this one on film, but I really thought it was, they made shots. Our defense, I thought, was really good for about 25 minutes, and then, then they started making some shots. And I'm sure there's some plays that we feel like we can be better defensively, Marcus. I also think at the offensive end, we got a little stagnant a little bit, and the first half, I thought the ball moved with more fluidity. I thought it moved, it flowed better. We had 9 different guys score. I thought that our guys were really unselfish. I thought Ray was really unselfish. I thought, other than making shots, I thought Ray had a heck of a game. I don't know how many, 11 boards, 6 assists. He was terrific defensively. He was really, really good. And that's what makes Ray special. Ray is a high-level guy on defense, high-level guy rebounding, high-level guy on offense. Just tonight, 3 for 11. He had a couple wide-open threes, and he just didn't knock them down. Sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing.
Was that play at the end of regulation, was that for him, or was that designed?
It was for him to read it, just like the game against Missouri. I thought when he came off, they committed 2 guys to him. If we had to do it over again, which you don't have that opportunity over again, I think he would tell you probably should have thrown it back to Malcolm on that play. Malcolm was wide open at the top of the key, and he maybe didn't read it like he should have, but I'm going to trust Ray's judgment. I'm going down with Ray.
You also trusted Jalen to run the show at the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought he played well, and I thought he played well over the weekend. I think he's practiced well. I like his disposition at that position. Obviously, we're going to need both of them, Rob, to play well. I just thought that Tate was in a little bit more of a rhythm and made the decision to go with him.
John, in addition to Dawkins, down the stretch they were going pick and roll with Albrecht or Levert, and they were going to Doyle as much as they could. Talk about the way that Doyle played at the end.
Well, Doyle had some finishes, but you got to remember, pick and roll's tied together. So you put guys out there in position of who you got to help off of on certain pick and rolls. And when you got 4 guys making threes, you know, that puts you in those situations where Doyle gets those opportunities, and certainly took advantage of them and laid the ball in and finished strong.
You mentioned losing some of that fluidity on offense. In the second half, it seemed like they had a lot more success with the 1-3-1 than the man-to-man. Why was it successful?
I
or
think
did you
both
expect...
zones probably a little bit, but again, I haven't charted it, so I don't know. You know, we've obviously seen the 1-3-1 for years. You know, 4 years for me. You know, last year we were really, really good against it. So, you know, that's on us and our guys. We got to execute a little bit better. But I thought we were actually. I'll have to look at it. I thought we were a little better against that. The one I was disappointed in was the 2-3 zone. You know, we've played against zones throughout all the non-conference schedule. And we played against one in particular that is maybe one of the best in the country. And, you know, we've got to execute better than we did there. The ball needed to flow a little bit more. We need to have a little bit more rhythm than what we had in the second half.
How critical is it how the team handles this, given just the amount of road games coming up for you guys?
Well, I mean, we're older, so we'll handle it fine. I mean, these guys have been through some wars now, you know, especially some of the older guys. So, yeah, they're disappointed. They should be disappointed. They played really, really well for a large portion of the game. So, and just didn't finish it. / they took it. I mean, I don't know how many shots they make in a row in the second half at one point, DB? 7? 6 or 7 in a row on 7 consecutive possessions. I mean, that doesn't happen a lot. So give them credit. They did that. You know, I mean, they made the plays and finished the game certainly in a better fashion than we did making those plays. So, but at the end of the day, I mean, we already made a pact before this deal started. We know there's 18 of them. All 18 of them are separate. You could play this exact game tomorrow and it could be completely different, one way or the other. I'm not saying in our favor. It's just that every night's different. You know, you got to play the game that's in front of you, the 40-minute game that's in front of you, and our guys know that.
One or two more if we have them.
When Ray is struggling with that, obviously Malcolm performed well, but who are the guys you want to see kind of step up into that role?
We're a team, you know. We don't. And obviously, Ray and Malcolm we can run offense through those guys as indicative of how well Malcolm played, and obviously Ray was 6 assists and could have had more if we'd shot the ball better. I thought he was terrific. You know, I thought he really played well. I thought other guys. When you have 9 guys score at halftime, you know, we had all 9 guys who played scored the ball. I thought we were really unselfish, really moved the ball well offensively. So, you know, we're not the team that's going to take one guy, Shannon, and our guys know this, and say, hey, isolate this guy and get him 30 every night. You know, that's not us. We are a team. Now, obviously, Ray and Malcolm are very talented offensively, but we're going to take what the defense gives us. We're going to play to our strengths. I thought we did that for the most part. You know, I thought we did some good things. I'm not going to say that we didn't just because we lost. You know, I thought we played well for the majority of the game.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Down in the tunnel, we'll have Rivante and